Do you desperately want to watch Man of Steel 2 and see the epic confrontation of Henry Cavill's Superman taking on Black Adam or whatever else they can get into Man of Steel 2? Well, according to some reports out there, there is movement on Man of Steel 2 as the WB is having ongoing talks with a rival studio, and this is in order to sell them Man of Steel 2 so they could produce it for their platform. So I don't want to say it won't happen because things can happen, money can always talk. But this is something that some of you sent us messages about making a subject on it on the podcast or something, but I don't think there's that much to talk about it here. I think it's a non-story, but essentially it boils down to a report that, if I keep trying to trace it down, comes from websites that are sharing YouTubers, and these YouTubers are citing the same website and or Facebook post, and it's a giant circle of people just sharing the same thing without a credible source like a Variety or a Deadline or something. So now that I got that out of the way, what they're saying is that there's ongoing talks for hundreds of millions of dollars for a rival studio to buy the script to Man of Steel 2 and reunite Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill to produce the sequel, a straight-up sequel. The ongoing theory and consensus is among these people is that it's Netflix. Now, of course, Zack Snyder has a big deal with Netflix. Netflix is getting DC content, whether they're borrowing it or whether they got a production deal with them. So I can see how some people are, well, one, grasping at something, anything that they can hold on to, and the others are just kind of looking at it and wishful thinking. Like the same way we were going to get the Snyderverse restored this year during SnyderCon and all that, but it didn't happen. Then all these accounts went quiet. It's just, I think, it's a long shot pipe dream at this point. If it was to happen, I would genuinely be shocked. But to me, this is just one of those things that they just want to keep Zack Snyder and his name out there related to it to keep reminding people, and it's nothing more than that. Like, why would WB in the middle of all of this be like, yeah, let's just sell this character that's going to rival ours when they put out a movie and have conflicting messages and be part of this other universe? Like, you guys get what I'm saying? Like, even if they could get their hands on it, they would still be so limited because the DCU wants to use a lot of aspects of it. It's essentially the Spider-Man deal, but worse for everybody involved.